Hello, welcome. My name is Miriam. I'm a family therapist, and today I'm going to talk about sibling relationships. And if your children often fight, bicker, argue, complain about each other, or if they believe that you're treating them unfairly, then there's a lot you can do to change this. And I've prepared two videos for you. This one's about 5 psychological understandings about brothers and sisters, which I think every parent should consider. The next video is going to offer 5 practical skills based on these understandings, which you could start using at home straight away and see positive results. So here's the first psychological point to think about. Sibling relationships are the longest relationships most people are going to have over their lifespan. Our brothers and sisters are there from around the time we're born, and if all goes well, they're going to be there during our childhood and throughout our adult life. And our children will be there, hopefully, for each other after we're gone. So brothers and sisters are of the same generation, and they're likely to go through life milestones at more or less the same time. They're probably going to go to school at the same time, maybe having their first relationship, maybe starting their first job, or having their own family at more or less the same time. Therefore, they are able to understand each other and offer support to each other in a way that we as parents will never be able to. The second point to consider is that it's natural for brothers and sisters to sometimes compete with each other or be jealous with each other. And without consciously being aware of it, they're operating from a mindset of scarcity. They sense, often wrongly, that there isn't enough. There isn't enough love, there isn't enough attention, there isn't enough time, there isn't enough money to go around. And so they compete with each other for their place in your heart, for your approval, for material resources. This is not the only reason for fighting. Children are also practicing sharing, compromising, negotiating, winning and losing games with grace, being kind. They're learning that the world does not revolve around them and that other people need to be considered as well. And sometimes they fight because they are bored. And what could be more interesting than bugging your little sister? Maybe they're also fighting because they've learned that shouting and screaming is going to get your immediate attention. So, expecting children to always be kind, always share and play nicely with each other is completely unrealistic. If this is your expectation, you're setting yourself and your children up for failure, and you're creating tension and resentment along the way. Some fighting and bickering is inevitable. It's going to happen whatever you do. It's normal, it's natural, and we need to just accept it. Having said that, my third point is that there's a lot we can do as parents to foster healthy sibling relationships. And unfortunately, we can sometimes damage this relationship, usually without realizing that this is what we're doing. And many parents who are very confident about their parenting in general feel a bit lost when it comes to the relationship between their own children, and they feel a little bit confused. If this is your situation, don't despair. The next 2 points I'm going to explain together with the practical skills next week are going to help you help your children like each other more, fight less, and enjoy each other much more. And the fourth point to consider is that when children fight, trying to find out what exactly happened is futile, and taking sides can be damaging. When we become the detective and the judge, we turn our children against each other, we tempt them to lie about what happened. And when we side with one child and blame the other, we create resentment in the child that we blamed. And this child will either sulk in the corner, being convinced that we love their sibling more, or wait for the first opportunity to get back at the sibling. In our attempt to solve a short-term problem, we are creating a longer-term problem in the relationship. Now, there are ways, positive ways, to help children sort out the differences, but being the judge and taking sides isn't one of them. My fifth and last point is that equal and fair are not the same thing.
Say one of your children needs a new coat or a new pair of shoes or maybe even a laptop. You don't need to buy something for the others to make up for it. When we aim to give our children equally, we need to constantly compare. This is the only way we can make sure no child gets more than the other. But this score-keeping mentality adds to our children's tendency to compete and to compare. And we don't want that. If we see our job as providing for each child's individual needs, it's going to be much healthier for our family and far, far cheaper. And there will be times during our life that one of our children will need more. They may need more time, more attention, more money, and this is okay. We may even have a child with a learning difficulty or with a lifelong medical condition that requires more care. And as long as we can honestly say to all our children that should they need it, we will do the same for them, we're doing well. To be fair to our children, we need to treat them differently, not equally. We need to treat them according to their needs. So these are my 5 points, and if you like this content, please press the like button, subscribe, press the bell, and come back here next week. And in the meantime, enjoy your children. Thank you very much.